If you are planning to apply for the Canadian Disability Tax Credit, there is one document that stands between you and your financial refund, Form T2201, officially known as the Disability Tax Credit Certificate. This single piece of paperwork is what the Canada Revenue Agency uses to decide your eligibility. It doesn't matter how severe your condition is. If this form isn't filled out with the exact technical clarity the CRA expects, your application will be denied. We have a comprehensive written guide linked in the description below that breaks down every section of this document, offering extra tips, examples, and detailed checklists. I highly recommend referring to that guide for deeper information and extra context as you prepare your application. Today, we are going to walk through the forms step by step, including the extra forms and supplemental evidence you need, so you can apply with absolute confidence. Before you can begin, you need to make sure you have the correct, most up-to-date document. The CRA frequently alters the formatting and technical language of their forms, so using an old version can result in your application being rejected on arrival. You can download a clean, completely accessible, print-ready PDF copy of the most recent Form T2201 directly through the link in our description. But did you know the CRA now has a fully digital application option? If you log into your CRA My account, you can fill out your portion of the form electronically. The portal will instantly generate a unique reference number. You simply give that reference number to your doctor or medical practitioner, and they can log into their own secure medical portal to complete the medical portion digitally. It completely cuts out the need to print physical paper. Whether you choose paper or digital, the form is divided into two parts. Let's look at Part A, which is completed by you, the applicant. Part A collects the claimant's personal details, including full name, address, date of birth, and social insurance number. The most important part here is Section 3, which asks if you want the CRA to automatically adjust your previous tax returns if you are approved. You must check yes here. Checking yes tells the CRA to automatically look back up to 10 years and calculate your retroactive back pay. If you check no, you will freeze your back pay and force yourself to manually apply for adjustments later, causing massive processing delays. Now, here is a massive hidden detail that catches thousands of families off guard. That automatic back pay checkbox in Section 3 only works automatically for the individual with the disability, or their parent or legal guardian if the applicant is under 18. If the individual with the disability has no taxable income, the credit can be transferred to a supporting family member, like a spouse, an adult child, or a grandchild, who regularly provides the basic necessities of life, like food, shelter, and clothing. To do this, you must name that supporting individual right in Question 2 of Part A. However, if you are transferring that credit to a spouse or a dependent who is 18 or older, the CRA will not adjust past years automatically. To get your retroactive money in those cases, you must submit a separate form called a Form T180J, or T1 Adjustment Request, for each past tax year you want to claim. You should also include a brief signed letter detailing exactly how you financially support the applicant to ensure the transfer is approved without any hiccups. Once Part A is done, the rest of the document belongs to Part B. This is the medical section, and it must be completed and certified by a registered medical practitioner. This doesn't just mean your family doctor. Depending on the impairment, it can be a nurse practitioner, an audiologist, an occupational therapist, a physiotherapist, an optometrist, a speech-language pathologist, or a psychologist. The absolute key to victory in Part B is functional detail. Your medical professional must state the exact year your impairment began and precisely describe your daily limitations. If they simply write a diagnosis name like patient has severe ADHD, the CRA will instantly deny it. They must explicitly explain how it restricts your daily mental or physical life at least 90% of the time. Let's take a closer look at the actual anatomy of Part B, which covers pages 3 through 16 of the application.
This is where your medical practitioner has to explicitly certify how your condition impacts basic necessities of life across specific pages dedicated to vision, hearing, walking, elimination, feeding, and dressing. Pro tip: every single page requires your medical professional to initial right next to their specific designation box, whether they are a medical doctor, nurse practitioner, occupational therapist, or psychologist. If you can, have a regular family medical doctor handle your application. Because MDs and nurse practitioners are authorized by the CRA to certify all categories, it will save you an immense amount of running around to different specialists. Now, let's look at 3 highly specific sections in Part B that have incredibly unique requirements. First, mental functions, pages 11 to 13. If you are applying based on a mental health disability, your practitioner faces a series of strict questions you won't find anywhere else on the form. They must explicitly document how the condition severely hampers adaptive functioning, which includes your clinical memory, judgment, problem solving, and goal setting. Your doctor must state if you take medication, describe any assistive therapies, and directly assess whether you have an impaired capacity to live independently compared to someone without your condition. Second, the cumulative effect, page 14. If your limitations don't quite cross the line to qualify you under a single physical or mental category alone, do not let your doctor skip page 14. This page forces the practitioner to select multiple categories that exist concurrently and certify that their combined impact restricts you all or substantially all of the time.
Third, life-sustaining therapy, page 15. This is for therapies required to support a vital life function, such as dialysis, oxygen therapy, or chest physiotherapy. To qualify, the therapy must occur at least twice a week and require an average of 14 hours per week away from regular activities. However, here is a massive update you need to know. If you have type 1 diabetes, you automatically qualify under this category. For the tax year 2021 and onwards, your medical practitioner no longer needs to meticulously log and describe the hourly breakdown. They simply need to certify the diagnosis and its continuous 12-month duration. Finally, on page 16 comes the mandatory certification. Your practitioner must sign, date, provide their medical license number, and state exactly how many years you have been their patient. If you aren't 100% sure if you meet these rules, apply anyway. The CRA will make the final decision based entirely on what your doctor writes on these pages.
To protect your application from being stalled in a mountain of CRA bureaucracy, there are 2 extra things you should consider including. First, if you have a complex, multi-layered, or invisible condition, like a severe mental function impairment or chronic illness, you can submit supplemental medical evidence alongside your T2201. Attaching specialized reports, cognitive assessments, or therapy logs prevents the CRA from sending clarification letters back to your doctor, which can delay your application by months. Second, if you want a family member, an accountant, or a specialized firm to handle the stressful back-and-forth communication or track the progress with the CRA on your behalf, you must file a Form AUT01 for representative authorization. Without this form logged in the system, the CRA is legally blocked from discussing your case with anyone but you or your doctor. Navigating the extra forms, family transfer protocols, and technical rules of Form T2201 can be daunting, but getting it right means unlocking thousands of dollars in vital financial relief, along with access to the Registered Disability Savings Plan, or RDSP. To read our full step-by-step breakdown of the form, download your copy, or read through real-world transfer examples, click the link in the description below to visit our full written guide. If you want our specialized team to audit your paperwork, manage your transfer request, or assist with your application from start to finish, you can easily request a completely free, no-obligation assessment right on our website. If this guide made the process clearer for you, please hit that like button.
Subscribe to our channel for more vital Canadian benefit updates, and leave any questions in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next guide.